In the weeks leading up to the joint session, some Republican lawmakers, along with the president, have called Pennsylvania's results into question. After several legal challenges, courts have ruled there is not enough evidence to move forward on those claims. But it did bring Pennsylvania to the forefront of debate in D.C. John Shumway continues our live team coverage with how the Commonwealth played a major role. John, I was actually in the car listening as Pennsylvania's vote was affirmed.
Yeah, and Heather, as it turned out, Pennsylvania is one of only 2 states the lawmakers actually required a debate on to challenge the Electoral College votes. The other, you'll remember, was Arizona, which was put on hold when the mob took over the Capitol yesterday. Now, once the lawmakers were able to reconvene in the joint session, the count continued. That was around 8 o'clock last night. Now, while there were attempts to object to other states' votes, at 12:14 this morning, Pennsylvania was pushed through because it had the signed support of a senator and 80 House members. In the end, the Senate dismissed the objections to Pennsylvania's electoral votes, with only 7 Republicans in the Senate voting in favor. Now, in the House, the debate lasted much longer, and take a listen, it reached some heated levels.
But the fact is that the people have made this country work by not giving in. Go ahead, shout it out.
The gentleman is not in order. The gentleman will proceed.
Now, that gentleman trying to proceed is Pennsylvania Congressman Connor Lamb. He was speaking about the day's events and the electoral objections when members of the Republican Party took issue with what he was saying, and it escalated even further.
There'll be order in the House. There'll be order in the House. There'll be order in the House. The gentleman will clear this chamber.
Yeah, that outburst that was going on off camera was between Representatives Andy Harris, he's from Maryland, and Representative Colin Aldred, who is from Texas. Several lawmakers cleared the bench as the two reportedly confronted each other in the aisles of the House. Now, Congress also dismissed the objections to Arizona's electoral votes, thus reaffirming that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will begin a new administration coming up in a couple of weeks. And Heather, in our next half hour, we're going to take a closer look at the rioting and the police, that everything happened at the Capitol, the response by the police. Social media is buzzing about how this was handled. We'll get more into that coming up.
We're going to talk about that in just a few minutes, John. But I have to say, you know, when you're scrolling through social media and you see all of this taking place, you have to commend the politicians for going back in and doing their job after such a traumatic experience yesterday.
Absolutely. They were not going to let that mob have the last word on the day.
Did not deter them. John, thank you so much.